fetch the Orland child from a house in the southeast Hearthsong. But I don't want to, cause his... yeah. I literally named the save... Killing younglings. Like, excuse me, sir? You sure went from 0 to sacrifice a child for me, like, on the spot. A young man approaches you with a swift and purposeful stride. While you've never met him before, he has the same stern, wild look as Simok. He doesn't speak until he's right next to you. When he does, his voice is quiet. Wait, I saw you speaking with my father. What's this about? He glances back at the room with Simok. He's asked you to sacrifice Vela, hasn't he? He grits his teeth. Maybe he's right about 3 Tusk Stalgar growing weak. But if this is the price of strength, it isn't worth it. The tribes have survived this long because we've stuck together. Did he just... Aravius looks at you with a puzzled expression across his face. Did a 3 Tusk Stalgar say something wise? I do indeed live in strange times. I would never hurt a child. He sighs. You did not seem like one who would, but my father will find someone who will. He doesn't give up on an idea easily. He sighs. But there may be a way to stop him. He frowns. There's an herbalist among the Ovates of the Golden Grove. Bleda. That's her name. They all gather southeast of here, by the river. She could brew a poison. Simok wouldn't know the difference until it's too late. There's the family resemblance. Yeah, it's kind of a rough kill or be killed situation. Because he probably will totally just find somebody else who will totally do this thing. You would think he would find somebody amongst the 3 Tusk Stalgar, but I guess he wanted to avoid suspicion. He wants to kill them and just replace them with another Orland, which is distressing. Like, no one will notice the difference. It's like, I think the parent might notice the difference, you racist. Let me guess, if Simok dies, you're next in line. It's not like that. The Riao have already determined that my soul isn't strong enough. Whoever follows my father, it won't be me. Why not just return the child to her birth parents? It's complicated. A child sent to be fostered by another tribe isn't allowed to return. Unfortunately, explaining that we're shielding her from my father would make matters much worse for both tribes. He tugs at a thin braid. You want me to murder your father? No. But it's better than allowing him to murder this child. There's an easier way to kill Simok, you know. His warriors would surround you in no time. Besides, it's simplest if this happens quietly. Fine. I'll poison your father. With another glance at Simok's chamber, he backs toward the door. Like I said, you'll find Bleda in the Golden Grove. Good luck. Well, it's a better option, but it's not a great option. It's kind of amazing how like you can just wander in here and like it's an RPG thing, so we're like used to it at this point, but in universe it's really funny to think about me just wandering into this town, which we're not even supposed to be allowed in most of the time anyway, and then like within minutes, despite being an untrustworthy outsider, like I'm being made capable of making a decision about the who's going to lead what's essentially the most powerful of all of the families. Like the most powerful tribe in all of Elm's Reach, basically. Or Twin Elms. I'm gonna choose who the leader is. Like, within like a couple hours of walking into town, practically, or days in universe, technically. Like, I just wander in, nobody trusts me, I'm an outsider, and like, now I'm gonna control who runs this place, and it's like, this is... okay. Foreigners live and breathe violence. They don't understand anything else. BRB, I'm poisoning one of your leaders. They only care for their own, yes, but we must not forget that we care for more than that. We foster her unnatural longevity, nothing else. This I claim. Whoa. What are you talking about? Foster her longevity. Was there anything else I could do for you? I hear you can make some certain poisons. Takes a deep draw on her pipe. Poisons? I only deal in tonics that heal and enlighten. She exhales a puff of smoke. Of course, many beneficial substances can be harmful when taken in great quantities, but that's just Werther's way of keeping all things in balance. Really? What kind of substances? She leans against the winding tree trunk that ticks the items off on her fingers. Oh, there's plenty. Concentrated Caro Golan, undistilled spider venom. That's just straight up. That's just an actual poison. Well, a venom. Well, I guess it would be a poison in this case, though. Rotten blood moss extract, cave coral mixed with skein bone. How do I even know which one to pick? I'd like some concentrated Caro Golan. She stops counting and scratches her head. What would you want with something like that? Thought I'd just experiment with it and see what happens. Shrug. Why doesn't this one say lie next to it? Because it's a lie. Well, my friend Stalgar is dying. He wants to ease the creature's passing. She frowns. Her teeth clamped around the pipe. Poor thing. Here, take this. She gives you a vial filled with a dark fluid. It works slowly, but this will send him back to the cycle kindly enough. Just see that it doesn't get misplaced. Half that dose would kill an Amawa. Well, lucky for me, I'm killing an elf, I think. It's hard to tell at this distance. She taps ash from her pipe into the grass. Was there anything else I could do for you? Goodbye. I was like, you're just leaving your ash around? But then I realized we're just out in a forest. Totally normal. It's like, yeah, just throw it on the floor, fuck it. It'll find its way back into the soil and serve some kind of purpose. Well, I feel like this could go very poorly. Admittedly, I might be able to defeat all of his soldiers. Actually, maybe not, because we're playing on heightened difficulty mode. We might be at risk. Still, he wants to kill children. Do what's right, Estremor. I'm counting on you. I see you're not going to be any help. Just give Simok the potion. Here's the potion you asked for. He looks from the vial in your hand back to you. Something's wrong. His eyes narrow. What are you trying to give me? Well, this isn't good. I don't have 19 resolve or 19 intellect, which is actually surprising to me, because my character specifically has a lot of resolve and intellect, so... Am I at like 18 of both? Or I don't know. I've managed to get resolve up to 20 at one point, at which point I think I then enchanted it there. I think as a result, my hat added like 2 or 3 points of resolve to itself. So I'm not in a bad place with that. And intellect is like my highest stat, but apparently not high enough. This is distilled essence. Really? He rushes at you with a cry of rage. Alright. Let's learn my stats. Oh my god, they are both 18! Oh, I have 20 constitution. Fuck, my stats are high. But both of them are off by 1. What a bummer. Well. Not gonna lie, I thought that there might be a more tactful option there. Yeah, I convinced Ballard to give me a rather potent poison. Since Simok's already expecting the potion, I should be able to dupe him into drinking this. Yeah, about that. I don't think I could have made the lie more convincing by bringing the child with me. I was supposed to take the child to get their essence extracted. So I was going to come here with the vial either way. It just didn't very convincingly look like whatever essence is supposed to look like. So I wonder if one of the other choices was a better choice. I don't know if she... Bleda's poison. I don't think she necessarily gave me any of the things that I could have asked for. I think she just gave me a generic item. Probably chooses something that's better once I explain the story. So ultimately it's just... Yeah, I think it's just, we're just in trubs. We're in big trubs. Huh? Alright, so... I think step 1, get these ranged characters inside if I can. Sagani, please get inside. Oh no. I don't even, honestly, like, I'm a little like, what do I even do? There's so many enemies in one room. Maybe they're not that strong anyway, but like, there's so many enemies that like, I'm not even sure how to process this kind of situation. Probably not the worst time to give myself a stat boost. This is a bad spot. This is a bad spot. There's not a lot of great ways to control the situation. I would just like... There we go. Just wanted to get Sagani away from the combat a bit. Where is... Is that... No, it's Palagina. Adair. Where's my pet? Itumak is... It's so hard to tell what anything is on the screen in this game. Where the fuck is Itumak? Oops. Oh, Itumak just doesn't have a circle, or I can't see it. Who is Itumak fighting? Simok. Alright, Sagani, strike Simok. Wounding shot. I gotta attack the specific character that the pet's fighting, I think, because this is supposed to be a modifier. Be a great time for Ringleader to work, not gonna lie. But please, please crowd control for me. Hoping for the best. And it's a good time to use my Firebrand. Firebrand active yet? Yep. Torrent of Flame is not a foe attack. It attacks everybody. It's a lot of fire damage, but it's not great news for me. Simok's injured. You're prone. I really need to get you to get this attack off. She's still trying to do it. Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it. Saboom. Is she still trying to do... What is she mind controlled again or something? Frightened, sickened, terrified. Woodskin, celestial sweet. Vibrating. Hobbled, flanked. Sure. Why can't she get the spell off? Did she get interrupted, maybe? I don't know. She still says she's trying to do it, so I'll believe her. Chomp that guy with your chompy skill, and also go Mega Claws. There we go. Yeah, she got it off. Look how many allies we have over here. That'll turn the entire fight around, frankly. Now we're probably good. Let's set up this chain heal on myself, and it'll go throughout the party. Just generally help. And she's dying. Itumok, no! Poor Itumok. Okay, now lay on hands yourself, because you're actually taking a lot of damage. And we'll hope that the health chains enough to help out. Please finish off Simok. And now it's time for a dragon. Or a drake. Good enough. Well, he's dead, so we got that going for us, I suppose. Anyway, lay on hands again. But please summon the drake. There we go. That'll distract him for a bit. Alright, so is everyone gonna know that this happened? I feel like this is bad for my reputation locally. The part where I assassinate one of the leaders. Maybe I can tell the other council leaders about what happened and they'll be like, oh my god. Or maybe I'm just in deep shit now. So second wind. There we go, and now heal. Self-heal, go. Itumok, no! I don't have a resurrection spell. Bet the giant dragon thing helps, though. Ooh. It's an AoE that hits my allies, too. But fun. Fun to experiment with a bit. No. I was like, maybe if I get the angle just right. Took the worst path around. Eh. You know what? Fuck it. Just hit something. It's really funny that he's flying, but he can't get around this fire. It's like I'm just trying to do a cool AoE, but I can't get the angle. Hey, we all lived. That's nice. Man, Ringlooter is a good spell. An AoE mind control, basically, where the central figure has a really good mind control and everyone else gets a weaker one. Alright, I'm probably in trouble. I'm probably in trouble. Large shield. Ooh, we'll take a look at that in a minute. That might be an upgrade for my shield user. Fine battle axes. Fine flail. Generics. Yep, those are all... Okay. If I run around with this shield, is everyone gonna be like, hey, you killed the leader of that clan? That seems like it'd be a problem. Thy clef. So, 16 deflection. Double what I currently have, mainly because I don't have a good shield right now. No enchantment, though. Whereas this one has superb right now. Oopsie. Oh, I know it's exceptional already. There it is. Exceptional. Plus 8 shield deflection. 10% of incoming crits are converted to hits. Huh. That's not necessarily as good as these other effects, although it does have the upside of being an actual big shield instead of a small shield, which is the downside of this one. 'Cause I just want to get a cool thing added on, but I don't know if the friendly aura is worth as much as having a large shield that has a cool bonus on it. The impressively large shield boasts a relief of Dev Clef, an important Glenfathan landmark. Dev Clef was the site of a brutal battle between the Glenfathans and Deerwoodens during the tumultuous period before the 10 Years' Treatises were signed. The crags and caves along the cliffs provided the Glenfathans with plentiful cover from which to stage their attacks against Deerwooden forces, allowing them to duck out of sight the moment the threat emerged. Given this natural advantage, the Glenfathans succeeded in driving the Deerwoodens from the region. I'll have to think about that one, maybe. Ah! Get this generic armor out of my inventory. There we go. Well, that's not good, what just happened. Yeah. Well. Yeah. The Ethic Knoll. I might have read that already. Scanat Scripture, I've definitely read that one. Liras looks you in the eye and gives you a slow nod. He's being subtle. I'm like, dude, a war just broke out and I killed everybody.
Ready, Watcher.
Like, not as intended. This is not the intended outcome. Stop detecting me. I want to take their shit.
I've got this.
What?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Nothing is closed to
What
the
you ask is
perceptive
done.
mind. I shall do as you ask.
What you ask is done.
Unlocking it leveled up Zagani. Neat. But also he definitely sees me right now. There we go. Much better. Had to get it just right. I mean, waste not, want not, right?
Yeah.
So that could have gone better. Like a lot better. This is quest complete. That's the end, huh? Total quest experience 5,000. It just ends. He just nods at me. And now there's a change of leadership and virtue guides your hand. Correct. Okay. Huh. That's one way to end a quest. Is a nod. And no additional conversation. Not even the surprise of, oh god, the poison didn't work. Do I still have the poison? Can I use it in a different quest? Alright. I just did something significant. Survival's all the way up to 10, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have accuracy bonus. I guess I could keep charging up all the way to like the next tier of survival ranks or something. I don't know, I can't really afford much otherwise. Heal companion. They heal a bit, twice per encounter. Revive encounter, once per rest. Oh. Powder burns. The ranger overloads each shot of his or her firearm with excessive powder. The resulting blast generates a powerful cone of flame, but temporarily leaves the ranger blinded. Wow. Wow. I mean, I don't use a gun, so it's irrelevant, but what the fuck? That's like distressing. That's really bad for your long-term abilities as a person who fires guns. Also, you think that if you're gonna be blinded by the blast, you think you could close your eyes every time you fire, like at the moment of pulling the trigger. I mean, it beats the follow-up thing, which is that you're gonna be in a blind state the next time you fire your gun. I don't know. That's everything about this sounds like a terrible plan. Twinned arrows. When the ranger uses a hunting bow or war bow, also not a thing I have, they can opt to fire 2 arrows with each shot. Each shot has reduced accuracy. Damn. Minus 10 accuracy isn't good, but plus 1 projectile? That's That's double the damage potentially, except for the reduced accuracy part. Play dead. The ranger's animal companion falls over and appears to be dead. Can now be targeted. Master's call. Call them to your side. Knocking people prone. Slow your attack and reload, but be able to do... have more accuracy and damage. I've already picked the other one at this point. Arrow sense, deflection against ranged attacks. Binding roots. Take down. And marked prey. Both the ranger and the animal do more damage. I think it's finally time to get marked prey. In general, she could use more abilities. I've given her so many passives that just make her really good at auto attacking, which admittedly is just not that far off from just what a ranger is in general. It's why I was disappointed when I made a ranger as my main character last time. I was like, wow, I sure auto attack with a bow mostly. Even now, it's like she has a toggle that makes her auto attack behave differently. And then, yeah, she has like a... she has marked prey and wounding shot. So now she has her second ability. It's definitely a difference from compared to some characters.
Must flow deeply indeed.
I feel like my sweet spot for complication of a character is like around the Pallegina and Jaskier level. So I like to have some options, but few enough options that I can actually remember what the fuck they do and what the hell my character does. Yeah. It's the druids and mages and priests where I'm like, okay. And I pretty much just end up ignoring most of those abilities until we get to a fight that's actually a problem, in which case I then start digging through the book for tricks to use. So I like having said tricks. It is cool, but it's so complicated that it's a lot of... It's more than anyone's reasonably going to memorize. Like, at this point, this is 6 tiers of spells where I have in the ballpark of 10 spells per tier in some cases. I think this is 9... 8, 7, 5, I think. It's a lot of spells to memorize, let alone then going to the ones on the wizard and the priest. And it's just like, I'd be more tempted to constantly pause and glance through them all if it wasn't a let's play, just because I could spend every fight could get so long if I was trying to do every fight optimally. Alright, time to start picking these other objectives, I suppose. So one of our goals is to deal with the Hylia temple situation, to pledge myself to them. In the mountains above Twin Elms. There's a lot of references to this northern area. Which first I have to get to the next region of this area first. Another Northweald. There's a lot of them in the Northweald. Then we go back to Redrick. I think I want to finish things around here first, maybe. Or maybe not. Things might be rapid. I don't know, things might be wrapping up here story-wise. I might want to go on my expedition to deal with Radric and... both Radric and the White March Part 2 soon. And we have the Battle of Yenwood Field coming up at some point. There's a lot going on. Shit. Still, the quests I've picked up so far seem to all point towards the Northweald Wilderness. Right? So I guess I'm not going back. Okay. I thought I was going to go back to, like, or Elmshore or something. But no, it looks like I'm going to go through these 3 regions, then go to Northweald and basically do all of those things that I've learned about so far. I see get to Old Song is the left path? I guess so. To our north, but the path winds around this way, I guess. At the edge of all known things. The most revered Riao of Iarglanfath. They're trying to copy her life's story, if I remember correctly. It took Eloth more than 3 attempts to contact the Glam Felon of the White that Wends without being attacked. When Amaya was finally able to speak with the elders, she wrote down their stories about where the Glam Felon had come from, how they arrived at the bottom of the world so long ago. Getting access to the sacred Aedra sepulchre of the Adir emperors, the Ina Saithrua, involved more than a little trickery. Even though Amaya was only able to speak with the spirits of the dead emperors for a few minutes, it was enough to complete that portion of her research. The wise ones of Iarglanfath, the Riao, entertained Amaya's requests, but they questioned her for days to ensure that she would not share their sacred secrets, nor portray their people in a bad light. The Riao passed on the stories of the early days of Iarglanfath, how they had arrived there, and how they had received their instructions to guard the Engwithan ruins for all time. Satisfied that her research was complete, Amaya returned to Rauatai to pen her final chapters and have them copied by her scribes. Though it will be several years until any complete copies emerge, the gifted Eloth, with a condensed codex of her essential work, including a large number of spells that had been enchanted into the last few pages. Oh. Ooh. Oh. What? What the fuck? Amaya's codex is a pet? It's a pet that gives us spells. I really need to look into this charges remaining thing. Is that just once ever? Like, doesn't that mean you only use that spell once ever, like a scroll, and then it's used up? Because like a spell book that follows me around sounds fun, but using them that infrequently sounds like a disappointment. Because if it was per rest, it would say per rest, right? So I can only assume that charges means you only get one chance to use it ever. Off to Old Song we go. I haven't necessarily even had permission to go back to go to the burial alley yet. There's the Noon Frost, which must be what they were talking about. Hylia's Shrine. Hearthsong District. Gallowayne's Maw. Look at that. Neat. I thought they said to go somewhere else. Travel to Hylia's Temple. Ah, Shrine. Okay, so I am supposed to go to the shrine in order to find the temple. That's gonna be my clue. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the interplay there was. The stone is pitted with the marks of ancient chisels and furred, but it started moving everywhere, and furred with moss.
We can't stay down here. Someone must go to the nest eventually.
Wow, sounds like somebody has a problem. Two wood elves, a man and a woman, wear colorful robes embroidered with a matching emblem, a winged egg. Apart from their clothing, they couldn't be more different. She folds her arms and continually scowls at the broken walls around them. He, on the other hand, mutters prayers, his shade-dappled face as tranquil as a cloudless sky.
Just how are we supposed to worship the Sky Mother from among the weeds, hmm? This is a disgrace.
Calm yourself. We should be grateful that she protected us from the winged terror. Besides, he turns to you. Even here, we have a visitor. What is this winged terror you speak of? Oh, he's supposed to have voice acting. There's a little flicker of it almost playing. I was wondering why only one of them's voice acted in this conversation. A dragon. One that has taken up residence in the nest. The true temple of Hylia. Slain many of her faithful. He winces at Onwin. Onuin, I think it is. And one which Onuin has been in favor of killing from the beginning.
But no, you advised caution. Now word spread that the dragon ate a few of our followers, and anyone willing to slay it wants an Anumfoth's ransom for the job.
I told you a larger party wouldn't stand a chance. By the time the first half reached the top of the mountain, the second half would still be stuck in the pass. They'd be burned alive. Contrary to Anuin's suggestion, I am in favor of sending someone to kill the dragon. But I suggest a smaller party, and one willing to seek Hylia's blessing.
He gives you a curious look. I can either say, let me ask you about something else, or good luck with that. Language is also sacred to our goddess. Something else you wish to speak of? This is the Temple of Hylia. The conversation's all glitched out. Why is this happening? She rolls her sky blue eyes and elbows her companion. You hear this, wag?
Relax, Anuin. I'm sure he meant nothing by it. Forgive my consort. She's been rather excitable of late. This is not, as you seem to recognize, our actual temple. It's merely a shrine we've set up after the business with the dragon.
Oh god. Goodbye. And we're going to save and cut the recording and reload the game and see if that's helpful. Alright, how about we try this again? Actually, I received a vision from Hylia. She bid me speak with you about the menace that settled over her temple.
A vision from the goddess herself? What a rare and fortunate blessing.
Onuin squints at you. Your vision did reveal that the menace is a dragon, yes? She steps back and gives you a long look. To be honest, I expected the Sky Mother would summon a whole flock of warriors to fight this monster. I fear so few will be little sparrows attacking an eagle. But if Hylia has tasked you, then who are we to doubt? Oduin is right, however. You must prepare yourself for a powerful and crafty foe. The nest and the dragon are perched atop a mountain beyond the Northweald. He points northward along the path. Follow this trail into the wilderness, and then look for another path carved into the cliffs. May the Sky Mother's blessing aid you. Goodbye. Solid iron bars block a dark passage. They don't budge, and there doesn't appear to be any mechanism for raising them from the outside. So we're gonna fight a dragon. I guess that's a straightforward-ish way to contextualize a lot of struggles, is just put a dragon there. There, fight that. Yep, Temple of Hylia up there with the Northweald. Interesting. And so we've chosen our path. And now we're going to procrastinate about it like crazy. Such is the way of our people. Oh. Hey, you guys have a history of torture around here you want to tell me about, please? I can't read those words. There we go. The ice keeps growing, like poisonous mold on a tree. Seems there may be an additional problem. If it gets any colder, I'm not sure I'll be able to find myself next time nature calls. Oh boy. He's gonna lose his dick and all of his fur because it's gonna shrink in the cold. That's about par for the course for his dialogue, I guess. A chill hovers over the frozen lake, draining the air of warmth. So what's up with the noon frost over here? Oh, it's a door. Ew, is the noon frost a temple? Is it, I mean, is it a dungeon? Am I gonna see like a few people hanging around to talk to, or is this gonna be like a combat dungeon? Oh, okay. BRB. I think before I go into the local dungeon in this area, I should talk to the people around here for context about what the noon frost is, and also maybe reasons why I'd want to go in there. Since there will inevitably be reasons. So I've wrapped around this way so far. Yes, I fear we won't see another council gathering until next season at the earliest. Dorval. Have I heard that name before? Whoa. A boat option?
Builder's wisdom to you.
A thin, ragged man stands waiting at on the barge, leaning on the oar. A smile of greeting splits his weathered features. It has been a very long time since an outsider sought passage to the Burial Isle. Oh, that's what we're... Okay, I see. What's the Burial Isle? It is a sacred place, for it sits upon the great works of the builders. There, by our ancestors, all our Animfets are laid to rest. Few go there, my friend. It is not a place where the living to walk. Where the living are to walk? Or a place for the living to walk? I don't know. Is it dangerous? Dorval nods solemnly. Those I bring to the island return the same way, or else not at all. It is home only to the dead. Spirits, shades of the builders remain, and watch over the Anamvatha. They are bound to the island, and protect it fiercely. Farewell. I think I won't go there until it's time to end the game, if that is the end of the game, but I think it might be. I think we're gonna do everything else first. Channel the enemies' thoughts and thus command their mind. Do you understand? No. The Fang's Mind Hunter. So it's a cipher, probably. You can't lie to a Mind Hunter. At least pretend to humor me a little, would you? I'm instructing Estremor. What do you need? Nothing. Farewell. Well, you have dialogue. You probably come up later if you have a dedicated dialogue screen. Dalem.
Many blessings, traveler.
Salutations, Estremor. The Orlin chirps in a sing-song voice. I am known as Dalem, chanter of old song. I trust you are enjoying the beauty of this sacred place. Are you the resident entertainer? I sing to entertain Old Song's visitors, but alas, the crowds have thinned into little more than a trickle. The chill wind from Rimmergrand's temple is driving people away. Now I sing, but nobody listens. My music is without purpose. You could go to where the people are. Unless you mean outsiders, in which case that's a foreign policy issue. But I know of a solution. A way for me to make my songs warm and passionate, countering Rimmergrand's incessant chill. Well, my songs summon fire dragons that burn everything, so that's pretty warm. The Orlin smiles and reaches out with a grasping motion. All I need are a few rare songbirds. I could eat them and absorb their musical energy. With that kind of musical prowess in my soul, I could sing a song that could bring back the merry crowds. You want to eat songbirds? I don't think it works that way. The Orlin stares at you, dumbfounded, before rolling his eyes and lecturing you. Eating the muscles of animal makes you stronger, right? If you consume green stalks, do you not take on their pungent smell down to the water you pass? That's what... He smiles, pleased with his reasoning. Just as one cannot sweat If one is parched, I cannot sing without a nourished soul. It's all very basic. Did your parents teach you nothing of the food dropping cycle? Spare me your reasonings, I'll help. Jellum's eyes widen with delight. Splendid! He exclaims with clapping hands. For my song to be pitch perfect, I will need a tiam, a bird often found throughout Twin Elms, often in high tree nests, but some have been domesticated. I'll also need a shardwing. Shardwings prefer to nest in Asia formations. Suits their natural camouflage the best. This man's a lunatic. Oh, and most importantly, if I plan on hitting those high notes, I'm going to need a cloud singer. Those little warblers can only be found in the highest mountain peaks. Many thanks, Esther Moore. Bring me these birds and I'll sing like Hylia herself. It's technically in pursuit of Hylia's goals, so it might be good for... It might be a good effort for my prayers, but it's probably just an idiot. And what are they to us, these pale elves, strangers to us all? My blood runs cold like a river from the white mountains when I stride near the temple's grounds. Just picking up 300 pans just off the ground, no big deal. Wow. Didn't even count as stealing. That was like a large amount of money. Not by my standards, but still. Poking our way through this region is going to be pretty quick. Enjoy your trek, Palagina. It's going to take a bit. We'll wait. There you go. Alright.
And I thought my mother-in-law's house was ominous.
Yeah, it's, that's the face of a wolf, or, oh, probably a Stalgar, maybe? I don't know. That's distressing. She won't accept the Lion Clan's warriors. She won't accept, and the Lion Clan's warriors guard her deep inside the maw. Oneros will run her down, this I claim. Gallowayne's maw. Oh yeah, I haven't been down here yet.
Sure.
I started in the mid right. They claim so, yes. The high ovate rarely stands under the shade of Elm's Reach anymore. After countless seasons as the Druid's leader, it surprises me that she now leaves her community behind.
Hail, Estremor.
An Orlan woman stares at the sky with an air of deep contemplation. She occasionally puffs from the wooden pipe, blowing smoke into perfect rings. What stands before me? She wipes her lips with the back of her hand. Her teeth, uneven and pointy, are stained red. I do not see Estremor often. She picks the remains of an ochre root stuck in her gums. And believe me, I see many things. Perhaps you want to see them too, yes? She gestures behind her at an assortment of plants, roots, and files lying in the rug. Yep, that's about an accurate description. Hey, you won't be suspicious if I trade you the dying weapons of all of your, an entire faction I killed, right? That's what I thought. Yeah, you'd probably be pretty cool with that. You probably won't mind so much. Oops, that's exceptional. Put it back. Put it back. I keep so many shields around, even though I'm well aware that only one character in my entire party uses a shield. Bit of a flawed approach, I suppose. Just so many items. You gotta do your maintenance from time to time or the whole thing just starts to lag. Alright. So, I guess the next question is Galloway's Maw a temple or a dungeon? Meaning an NPC area or a big old gauntlet. Because if it's the second, then there's 2 dungeons in this one area to start poking around in. And not much in the way of quests. Wait. Did I pick up a single quest in this area? Okay, this one looks like it's more of a... we'll see. So what's going on here? I don't like how the air is full of... You guys think it's good to be breathing here?
Arensi has no right to defend that cowering cat in the back of the maw.
Then track her down and tell her yourself.
Ah, there is a local disagreement.
Come to see the great Oernos, Estremor? He's out for a hunt, but he'll be back. Unlike that lioness, he doesn't stay cooped up in here for long.
Why can't Oernos go and fight the lioness?
Because she holes up at the back of the maw, surrounded by her pride and the natural hazards of this place. It's not the proper way to meet a challenger. She's got to come out and face Oernos to keep her claim. Anyway, her prime is past. Putting that old beast down would be a mercy at this point.
I could take care of Soul. How do I know its name? Has this been mentioned elsewhere in the town? I could take care of Soul. His calloused thumb makes a scraping noise against the blade of his axe. I hate to spoil the tradition of a big showdown, but if she retreats from her fight, then there's no point in waiting. Kill her, and that'll be proof enough that she's not a fit champion. Is she actually a lion or not? What are you doing here?
We wait for the big confrontation, but the wait grows exhausting. While Soul hides in the back of the maw, Oernos is denied his victory, and we're all denied the champion we deserve.
Goodbye. Huh. Is it a real bear or not? I mean, a real lion? Or a champion? Aloha hasn't returned yet, that's why. May their blood freeze in their veins. Huh. Maybe the other guy will give me more context.
Kareth, this is no place for sightseeing, even for you. The beasts of Galloway's Maw are dangerous, and now more than ever.
What's wrong with the beasts?
They won't fight.
What's wrong with that?
It is not Galloway's way, and it is not the way of the Maw.
The Maw has always been home to one great predator. Every so often, a challenger comes along, and the two battle for territory. But Soul remains in her den, and Oernos can't confront her there. Now, 2 mighty predators and their kin hunt from the same stock. It's thinning the herds, and it's thinning patience around here, too. Is there another exit? There must be another exit from this cave, right? How are they hunting if they're trapped in the back of a cave? Otherwise... He resumes his pacing. And this waiting, it's not the deliberate, watchful waiting of a hunter lying in ambush. It's stagnation, tedium, hoping for something to happen. He clenches his hands into fists. But I'm powerless to act. One half of the fangs will cry favoritism if I try to drag the lioness out myself. I want to know about the 2 predators. There's never been a more cunning hunter than Soul, but some say she's losing her edge. Oernos, on the other hand, is all edge, and many of our number think he's the rightful successor. His fingers drum a restless rhythm on his thigh. Blood simmering. It's going to boil over if a little doesn't spill soon. Are they both lions? Is Ouranos also a lion? Would you favor Sul over Ouranos? He frowns. I see both sides. Sul's cunning is unmatched, but Ouranos is the mightier of the two. Both embodied traits prized by Galawain. I'm an unbiased outsider. I could look into it. And a cunning one, from the looks of you. He scratches his cheek. No harm in letting you try, I suppose. Anything's better than this endless waiting. If you can somehow bring this to a resolution, these tensions will end. If not, he grins, the beast will make short work of you. He gives you a heavy iron key. We don't normally permit outsiders to venture into the Maw. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I'm not normally permitted, but... oh, whoops, here we go. But you understand that you do so at your own risk. And Sul's lions are likely to attack intruders on sight. Still, perhaps you can coax her into fighting the bear. Do whatever you can to end this stalemate. So Ouranos is a bear and Sul is a lioness. Gotcha. That's why I was confused. I'm like, it sounds like a political conflict, and I guess it is, but it's about two animals? This is Galawain's Maw?
Yes, a den of beasts sacred to the Lord of the Hunt himself. Historically, the greatest predator of Air Glanfath has claimed the back of the Maw as its lair. Lately, however, there's been some dispute as to who should occupy that position. And it's leading to discord among our hunters.
Tell me about yourself. I'm the leader of the Fangs. We're an order of hunters and warriors devoted to Galawain, and we see that the places of the builders remain pure. Not truly a tribe, but we do gather and argue like one. Our members come from all of the tribes, but most of us were born three-tusked Stalgar, Fisher Crane, and Keepers of the Stone, naturally. Where could I find Sul? Straight at the back of the Maw. He points down the halls on either side of him. You could get through either way, but mind where your feet step. The Maw is a dangerous place, and Sul's pride and her advocates are on the alert. So is there also an entire faction of people on Sul's side? What a situation. Where is Ouranos? Good question. Bear's out hunting right now, but he'll return soon. He's never gone for long. The old queen and the new king. What a quest. A menace roosts in Hylia's temple. That's the wrong quest. Two mighty hunters, a lioness and a bear, wait in a deadlock. They face off, but do not fight. It falls to me to resolve this stale conflict one way or another. Huh. The greatest predator of Aer Glanfath has traditionally lived in the Maw of Galawain's favored. Sul, a lioness, has held the position for decades. Ouranos, a bear, has come to challenge her, but Sul has refused to meet him. Without a fight to resolve the matter, the Fangs are split over which beast is the rightful champion. Deathwind, their leader, hopes I could coax Sul into open combat. What a strange scenario. Alright. Anyway, I'm curious if I've read this book or not, The Ethic Knoll. Trying to remember. Let's take a look. The Ethic Knoll is a group both fascinating and dangerous. An ancient druidic order. Its beliefs fall well outside what the average person might imagine of druids. Though details are sketchy, the Ethic Knoll would seem to have originated in the White March, as the order itself consists mostly of dwarves. The traditional druidic chants of the Ethic Knoll speak of the people as a collective whole that created a necessary balance through their strict adherence to the purity of their line. This has been interpreted by historical chroniclers to mean that there was a time when only dwarves were allowed to be Ethic Knoll. Residing now in Twin Elms, records of the Ethic Knoll date back to well before the settlement had arrived at its present name, and in fact some information places them in Twin Elms even before the Glenfathans arrived. If this is truly the case, Ethic Knoll is one of the oldest druidic orders in existence. Their beliefs don't conform to what is normally viewed as druidic viewpoint. Sacrifice, blood, fire, and an intense drive for balance in all things, well beyond most druidic standards, pervade their rituals. Core to this is the dogma that if you want something from their universe, you must also sacrifice something into the universe to maintain the balance. Nothing can ever be received without something first being given. If you perform the sacrifice, your desires will always be satiated. The simplest example of the sacrificial balance, as explained to the author, went as thus. Say you are one of these Ethic Knoll, and say you want your daughter's marriage to go well. You don't want problems, so you ask the elders what you must do. You are told what the appropriate sacrifice is, and then you perform it. In this case, it would be as simple as throwing some coins into lava, giving the metal back to the earth. Sacrificing something that is important to you, right? But the requirement is always different, and you don't know what is expected of you until you're asked. The most significant request, the most significant demand, and most things of true value must be paid in blood. I was told of people removing fingers, toes, and even whole limbs. One farmer was reputed to have sacrificed his youngest son. Another good question many people have raised in regards to the Glenfathans. Why do they allow such a potentially violent, possibly dangerous group to live in our Glenfath? Why not force them out? Rumors are that the Ethic Knoll are able to make from an ancient recipe a unique war paint, apparently blood-based, and they are the only people in the world who can. The Glenfathans, it is said, have come to believe this war paint provides tremendous advantage in combat, and the residents of the Ethic Knoll in Twin Elms is predicated on the fair trade of the substance. So basically, they're dangerous and they're nuts and what a horrible stance to have. But they benefit us. Let's keep these guys around. Now we got some realistic politics.